Hey, this is Brian Smith, and with me today is Michael Hall. Welcome back to Day 3 of our coverage of the League of Legends World Championship. We're going to be starting things off with a match from Group C. We'll be reviewing Edward Gaming from China versus SK Telecom 1 from South Korea. So Michael, could you go ahead and give me an idea of how things kicked off?
Sure. Here we are 11 minutes into the SKT EDG game. As we can see, Faker is in a somewhat precarious spot here. You're going to see Pawn put parallel convergence above him, which will stun Faker if Pawn and Faker are both in the spot. So he goes back down, and he then jumps over the wall, stuns him, and he's pretty much dead at that point.
And that
will give EDG first blood.
So next up, we have Edward Gaming moving in to attempt to slay the dragon at 11.5 minutes in, and SKT is going to roll up and try to intervene.
Yeah, we have Wolf coming down with the rest of SKT. He puts a slow onto Deft. Parallel convergence comes out. Wolf gets stunned, but does knock out Death in the middle of the fight. And at this point, Wolf is dead. Meanwhile, Amazing J comes in, tries to do what he can, but Clear Love is going to die here. And then Pawn ults back to the dragon, gets stunned in front of it, and Dragon kills him at this point. So it's not going well for EDG, but they do pick up Bangi on the back, but Mako will go down to Marin here. Okay, so at this point, Death is zoned off, so Amazing J is by himself. He does, however, get the ult off on Bang and puts the bleed stacks on him. Bang's going to try and lifesteal, but it's not going to be enough, and he's going to die. That fight was in SKT's favor, 3-4, and they do get the dragon out of it.
So our third clip we're looking at, we have EDG coming up to check on Baron and make sure SKT isn't making a push on them. And SKT is actually in hiding in the bushes, and they're waiting to get a jump.
Yeah, so they're going to catch out Clear Love here. They're going to get a stun off on him. Mm-hmm. He's going to get away, but then Mako is stuck, so Deft has to ult him back out. And Marin, meantime, somehow gets into the back line, I guess with a teleport. And Bangi now is in the back line. Faker goes up to try and kill Deft, gets stunned up and dies. Bangi just barely makes it out with his life with the tunnel. Meanwhile, Pawn is dead because he was 1v4ing. Deft will, however, make it out of this fight.
So up next in our fourth clip of the day, we have EDG. They managed to catch Wolf of SKT off guard, and they go in to cut him off from the rest of the group.
Yeah, as you said, they catch out Wolf here. Mako stuns him up. Bang has to ult out to get out of the parallel convergence. Wolf flashes out of the fight. Meanwhile, Marin comes down from top lane, gets next to Deft. Deft has to flash out. Deft and Mako are dead at this point, and they're kind of stuck in Clear Love's ult.
So what started off for EDG as what was looking like a favorable team matchup ended up to be quite the opposite.
Eventually, they take the Baron and then push into the base and win the game.
And that would put SKT up for 3-0 in their group. That would put EDG at 2-1, I believe.
Yes. Moving over to Group D, we have Origin versus KT. Now, as you're going to see, Mithy gets caught out here 6 minutes into the game, and KT is going to actually give this kill to Someday. Okay, 18 minutes in now. We're going to see Peekaboo jump over the wall, X6Peke, headbutt him back into the team, and he's dead. There's nothing he can do. Then Amazing jumps in for whatever reason. I don't know why. He's going to get away for now after a really long chase. On the other side of the map, we have Sunday and Soaz. Soaz is going to try and hit all 4 zones to get his heal, but it's just not going to be enough, and he's going to get killed. And then Amazing goes down up in top lane.
Okay, so in this next clip, we have KT coming up to try and catch Amazings. They see him out there by himself, but little do they know that Origin is actually moving around to flank them.
They're trying to catch Amazing out here. Xpeke is actually behind them a little bit up there, and Peekaboo is going to get hit by a death sentence, so he has to ult out. He's not going to be taking much damage at this point. But now Xpeke is back behind them. He stuns Nagne. So Amazing's going to chase out Score here, but he's low on mana, so he actually has to take a Lantern out and just barely survives. And at this point, Peekaboo's dead, so they're just going to try and chase KT down and try and finish off those 2 kills. So after that last play, Origin's kind of going towards Baron, but then they turn around, and all of a sudden, Arrow and Nagne are here. And Arrow just gets obliterated. Nagne is trying to run for his life. Zanya's, but it's not going to save him. He's going to die.
So in this final clip, right after that last team battle, we have Origin moving up to go ahead and procure the base, and that cements them in their third victory, and that puts them with 0 losses for the first week of Group.
So after our first week of battles, the standings look like this. In Group A, we have CLG and Coup Tigers tied for first. Then we have the Yowie Flash Wolves and Pain Gaming coming up behind them for third and fourth. Over in Group B, we have Cloud9 sitting at 3-0. Then we have Fnatic, IG, and AHQ Esports all sitting tied at 1 win apiece for second place. Moving over to Group C, we have SK Telecom T1 at 3-0, EDG right behind them at 2-1 for second place, H2K at 1-2 for third, and Bangkok Titans still looking for their first win. And for the final group, Group D, we have Origin 3-0 in first place, KT in second at 2-1, TSM in third at 1-2, and surprisingly LGD in fourth at 0-3.
Alright, so that wraps up last week's matches. We'll be returning tomorrow to cover Group A as they finish up the group stages. Be sure to check back for that. If you're interested in coming onto the show and discussing the 2015 League of Legends World Championship, then shoot us an email at video@tylerpaper.com. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.